something like that. All right, let's give you our levels for this morning on unemployment Friday. Market here popped a little bit on a very good number, 850. They were expecting in the 600s. So finally a blowout number for unemployment. We'll give you our levels for this morning and see where the market takes us. Our pivot this morning is 42.23, 43.23. It's amazing where we're at. 43.23. Support at 17.10.04, 17.10.04, 42.99, and then 91. Resistance on the upside at 29, 35, 42, 48, and 54. Pivot 23, resistance at 29, 35, 42, 48, and 54. Support on the downside, 17, 10, 04, 42.99, and 91. Now remember, these are all-time highs. Never been up here before, so any number on the upside is based on a lot of maybe Fibonacci's, trend lines, anything like that. So they're very fragile as far as how strong levels they are up there. So be a little bit mindful of that. It's VIX is at 14 handle. And that continues to, doesn't bode too well. Bond market reacted as it does when an unemployment number comes out. Crazy. And that's why right there, that bond chart right there is the reason traders can't wait for unemployment, because the opportunities are there to make money. Obviously, it's not easy. Obviously, you're going to have to take, that's all I can say is traders like volatility, right? And that bond market chart right there gave you volatility. And that's why as traders, we were always looking forward to, trading the, unemployment number, because it did give us volatility for the day and gave us an opportunity to make some money. But, but obviously you have to be up at 7:30, and it's not, as you can see in the S&Ps, it wasn't as volatile as far as movement was concerned. It was more tame. It got up to a level and just kind of hung there for a bit. And again, like I said, the levels are kind of tough to figure out up here because of the fact that these are all-time highs. So whatever you're going to take on the upside, make sure you keep your stops in place. So welcome to some of the new folks here who are here. We are trading mini S&Ps. We are looking to take advantage of ebbs and flows of the market. Those ebbs and flows are there because we don't believe markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we're looking for those inflection points to give us an opportunity to scalp the market. With the VIX at 14, you're probably looking at a nice rotation here off of the blue band. Blue banders got paid off here very nicely. We're looking for about 2 points on our rotations and our scalping opportunities. Scalping opportunities come from the support and resistance level, as well as the price action opportunities that the market might present itself to us. The price action opportunities are what is taught in our education course. They are there based on the movement in any given day. Obviously, that depends on volatility. We only trade volatility. We cannot create volatility. So consequently, we're at the mercy of volatility. And as long as we understand that, we can trade it accordingly. So when the VIX is down to 14, the opportunities are not as plentiful. We would love the VIX to be up the upper teens, lower 20s, but that's not happening anymore. How's that? Can you see the screen now? Okay. My bad. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had to. I was working on the background. I forgot to take it back on here. Sorry about that. So all right, that's where we're at. So we had a nice rotation there off of the our green band area there. So again, we use our levels that we give out as a guide to the day, right? We can add to them, we can subtract from them, we tweak them a little bit based on the price movement. So those are all opportunities there for us to trade if the opportunities are there and the market gives us those opportunities. But we also have to look at the price action, and that creates the opportunity there to adjust those levels as it may be necessary. Can we print the levels in the chat box area? I don't even know if he's here. I haven't seen him. Let's see if we can get that up there. If not, I will repeat the levels for you. Our pivot this morning is 23 with support down at 17, 10, 04, 42.99, and 91. Resistance on the upside at 29, 35, 42, 48, and 54. Let's see what's going on here. All right. All right. So again, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to jot them down in the chat box area. This is July 2nd, believe it or not. The year just keeps chugging along, leaving us behind. And it's amazing, right? Amazing how quickly time goes by. But that's where we're at. 29, 35, 48, 42. You forgot the 42 there, Don. All right, so we're back here at our pivots. Again, it's reacting to a big unemployment number that came out this morning. And obviously, they were expecting 680. I think I might have said that a little while ago, but it's down. It came up to 800 and some. So all those numbers are boding well for a speedier recovery, which is a continuation of this reason that the market is up here at these highs. Right. Sometimes I ask questions of myself. Right. All right. So that's where we're at. Let's see what I think there's one number that always comes out on unemployment, which doesn't move the market whatsoever, factory orders. So that's coming out here at 9 o'clock in case something is going to move the market more than unemployment number, but doubt it. Non-farm payrolls have come in below forecasts over the past 2 months as workers shortages appear to restrict the pace of pandemic recovery. Republicans have pointed to programs like enhanced unemployment benefits as responsible for the labor scarcity, while Democrats have flagged items like childcare responsibilities, lingering COVID-19 concerns. Thanks, Don. And headed and the need to raise wages. give you a bit of both. Stock futures are holding steady before the unemployment number is released, and it is obviously released, and a good rotation to the upside. So we had a little buy opportunity there around the 19 area if you were so inclined. Some of our traders who could have had a logical reason, actually a couple of reasons to buy that area. And the one thing you have to remember as far as what we do here is that we're always trying to layer in the reasons to participate in a trade, whether you're getting long or short a level. And those reasons are plentiful in our education course that we teach. The objective here is for you to find a logical reason that works for you and then to implement it independently of myself. So finding recognition of the trade and then execution of the trade is what we're trying to achieve. And hopefully, if any of you are interested, let us know, obviously. So forecast for the non-farm payrolls were 680 with 559 in May. I didn't even know what the adjustment was for May. We'll try to find that out. Unemployment rate is expected to be 5.7. I haven't found that. Let me see if I can find that out. I can find that out really quick, I think. Let's see if I can know where to go. So, 850 versus 850 came out. The unemployment rate went up to 5.9. Thank you, Kurt. With more long-term unemployed. So that's hard to come up with a positive spin on that one. The hourly wages went up a little bit. It's 3.6. So they were expecting 3.7. So, well, we'll see what happens. A lot of places are. A lot of states, and I'll speak for Illinois, for Chicago, actually, cities, I should say, is increasing their minimum wage. So that might have an effect, I think, down the line. So we shall see what happens there. So a good number overall, not the worst as far as what everybody was expecting. All right, so all in all, a good number, and the market's reacting to it. I mean, we're at all-time highs, so maybe initially maybe a little bit of sell-off to take some profits for those guys who are long, and then remember now we're off on Monday, so the afternoon trade, especially today, is going to be very, very quiet. They're going to pull the plug very soon. I would think. I can't imagine they're going to be crazy this afternoon. But we'll see what happens. As the market here trying to downtick here a little bit. We got support down at the 17 area. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box area. I have that window up. I'll be able to see that quicker. So that'll allow me to answer any questions that you might have. And it is Unemployment Friday, so we're going to be a little bit busy this morning. And then probably not so much so, especially with the holiday on Monday. So everybody have a happy 4th. Hope you have a good weekend. Yeah, I mean, trend line is definitely up and away. So it's not like, it is what it is. I mean, the market is just seems to be headstrong. And again, with all the stimulus that's out there, all the money that's out there, and the economy kind of turning around, if these supply shortages do pan themselves out and they get caught up, what's going to happen? I mean, how is everything not going to go? I mean, there's a lot of positives, so I haven't figured out what the negatives are yet. Maybe inflation, but if the Fed is doing their job and seem to be knowing what they're doing, they're trying to calm everybody down as far as that inflation talk is concerned. And the market, it has, if that gets under control, and they say it should, then we'll see what happens, right? I mean, it just seems like might just continue to rally here a little bit. Well, we'll see. I mean, we don't know. We don't trade long term. We are scalping the market. We're looking for those levels that gives us an opportunity to scalp, as you know. So we're not looking long term. I might talk long term, but it's not what we're here to do. Support down at the 17 area. We're back here at our pivot, so kind of a little quiet. You never know what's going to happen. And if anybody has any questions, put them in the chat box area. Anything that we do. Bonds here coming off the lows. Tough bond trade though, right? I mean, it moves around. You got to be careful. I mean, if you're trading bonds, they used to trade well technically. They just don't trade well technically anymore, and that's why we don't trade them. And this is very hard for me to say because I was trading in the bond pit for many a year, and I love to trade bonds, but unfortunately, they're not giving us that opportunity. So it is what it is. We trade a market that gives us an opportunity to make money. I think the S&Ps do trade well technically. They do give us they're liquid, and they do give you an opportunity to trade. Given they do trade well technically, and so given all that, we just gotta move over to S&Ps and do that. Like I said, bonds used to be a fun place to trade, but they just don't trade well anymore. Ever since the financial crash and the government, and they still do. They're buying bonds back every day. I mean, they're controlling the market pretty much. The Fed is, so it is what it is. And again, we're back here at our pivot, so kind of quiet. We got resistance over 29, support down at 17, and in the middle here, we did have a little buy there at 19 earlier. If you were a little aggressive on the first rotation down there, and obviously it worked again. But if you're going to do one, you got to do both probably. All right. We did expect this trade to be kind of quiet today. Unemployments have been kind of, not the best trade-wise. Expectations are always there for it, but they just seem to not be good trading days. Just they don't move around that much. We'll see. We never know. we're up here at all-time highs, so we have a chance. Just kind of hanging around our pivot area here. Obviously, these all-time highs are all-time highs, so we have to take them with a grain of salt and keep your stops in place. We are not going to be too proud of a level for any reason. We don't love any levels, so we'll see what happens. All right. The last time the FOMC gathered in June, Powell suggested that the retirement of the term tapering, but said the get together should be considered the talking about meeting. I have no idea what that means. Suggested the retirement of the term tapering, but said the get together should be considered the get together. What the hell does that mean? It should be considered a talking about meeting. Okay. The slow path towards cutting back on bond buying could change if there is surprisingly strong jobs report, which will be the first of two before expected comments on the matter at the Jackson Hole meeting in August. So they have the Jackson Hole meeting where he's going to talk, and they're expecting if anything's going to happen as far as tapering is concerned. This was one good number. If there's another blowout number in the beginning of August, then maybe they'll start talking about that. I guess that's what it's saying. As we are hanging around our pivot. Wage acceleration could, meanwhile, persuade the FOMC members that inflation risks call for more action than the 2 interest rate hikes projected for 23. Robinhood is going public. They filed Thursday for an eagerly anticipated IPO at many of Wall Street expected to be a $40 billion valuation. Are you freaking kidding me? The filing includes a few other details about the public offering, such as how many shares Robinhood will offer, the price range, but 35% of them are expected to be allocated to retail investors. The company is set to be the busiest name to tap the U.S. IPO markets this summer, follows a record number of listings in the first half on that pace. So IPOs has their average amount of customers have $4,500 in their account. $4,500. I mean, how's this company worth $40 billion when their average amount of customers have $4,500? Robinhood had 18 million funded accounts as of March 31, as well as 17.7 monthly active users and $81 billion in assets under custody. More than 50% of its clients are first-time investors. Revenues grew 245% in 20 and hit almost $1 billion, allowing Robinhood to earn $7 million of income off of $1 billion. Wow. The versus $107 million net loss in 2019. I don't know. That's a lot of money. I don't know. So $4,500 for their average account. I don't know about that. I just don't know about that. But what do I know? I don't know anything. All right, we're just kind of maybe trying to I don't know. We're trying to uptick. It's holding here in this range, so I can't get too excited about it. I'm pretty much just kind of just watching here. This is what I call the no trade zone. I know everybody wants to trade. You get in front of your computer. It's unemployment. It's Friday. You just want to yeah. And then I'm telling you, just don't trade. Just be patient. Wait for something to happen. Yeah, I know. It's kind of an oxymoron, right? But we're trying to make money here. We're not trying to just trade. trading is, takes a little bit of patience. Okay. When the VIX is down to a 14 handle, it takes a lot of patience. But it is what it is. And patience is important. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, Don, if you're going to be missing the 10 or 11 VIX, but we're getting there. Right? I mean, we're getting there. Keep saying it was 18, then 17, then 16. Now we're down to 14. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. Again, traders like volatility, and we have two things going against us. We have a rally market, which always adds to less volatility, and now we have summer, which adds less to volatility. So let's see, less volatility plus less volatility equals less volatility squared. That doesn't sound too good. But, we like to average 4 or 5 trades a day, which is great, And I think we do average 4 or 5 trades a day over long term. We are not, so long term, but today we're short terming it. And again, it's hard for me to always keep talking about stuff. So, we do have a number coming out here in about 3 minutes, just in case we were wondering. It's a smaller number compared to the unemployment number. It's, I don't know if it's going to give us any volatility. Overall, we don't like to trade in numbers. They just seem to not do well for us when we trade. Well, not for me anyway. I always seem to get on the wrong side of that move. Don is proud to admit that he has not made one trade today. So it's slow when Don hasn't made one trade today. I will admit that I made one trade today. Don is at 0. It's all right. Don, you might have just an extended weekend. That's all. You might have today off too at this point. That's funny, Stephen. That's funny. All right. Well, Stephen's made one trade and he's still at 0. Okay, that makes sense. All right. We are hanging at right around our pivot. Chad, why don't we talk about it one day next week? We'll set up a date to have a quick get together, and then we can talk about all that stuff. Is that all right with you? Sounds good. Yeah. So we'll do it one day next week. We'll set it up, and that way we won't be rushed, and I won't be playing around with these whatever all this technology is, and hopefully we'll be able to get it done a lot easier. All right, this number is out momentarily. I don't think it's going to make the market move any, but I don't know. It's a smaller number compared to unemployment number. It always comes out on unemployment day, though. That's a weird thing, but hey, I guess something is to come out on unemployment day. All right, it's out. Let's see how to catch up. Okay, why are you stuck? Okay, it's not. All right, so there we go. Ooh, that was a lot of movement there. Ooh, back down here to our pivot. I'll tell you, sometimes you just got to duck out of the way when the movement is there and just stay out of trouble. Hanging around our pivots. Don's saying that it's so slow that his 1 minute chart is not even moving that much. He's looking for a 30-second chart. Oh, there's our levels for you. That doesn't sound good. Right? I mean, it does not. It's not good when Don's looking for a 30-second chart. That's kind of funny. I'm cracking myself up there. All right. Well, yeah, like I said, summer plus VIX at 14 equals me talking a lot. All right, there, Alex. Good job. He said he'd rather watch paint dry than trade this market right now. That's a very good choice there, Alex. You'd get much more. Watching grass grow is also a good one in case you get bored of watching paint dry. Just to change things up a little bit. But have a nice weekend. Have a nice 4th. Hope everybody has a nice extended long weekend. Hope the weather's good around you. The weather's been goofy all over the place. We're going to have good weather in Chicago this weekend. We've had rain for a week straight, but it's clearing up for the 4th weekend, so that's good. And looking forward to that. Don't have any plans, but well, I am basically. You can ask me any question you want, there, Stephen, and you can get to know me. Yeah, I'd love to. I wish somebody asked me yesterday, do you miss the pit? What kind of question is that? Do I miss trading in the pit? Jeez. Now that the pits are closed, it is pretty. I mean, I guess I become a relic, right? It's just like, it's going to be too old. I mean, nobody else knows. I mean, I don't know. Just like the bond pits, it's not there. The pit would keep me young, true. That would definitely, well, it was just obviously a different trade. It kept, you were always on top of things, even though you were standing next to a whole bunch of people. But then when it does get like this, you're also talking to everyone and not much is going on. So, you know what? The open house, they're not opening up the pits anymore. You did know that, right? They have decided to shut them down. They just made that decision about a month ago. It's pretty sad. But, it is what it is. I guess technology moves everybody forward. My open house. Yeah. It's ended a long time ago. My open house. I wish I could tell you that. Well, it's very quiet in here. My kids are out of the house. It's amazing how quickly they have disappeared. Well, they're not disappeared. They're just moved out. As soon as they got their jobs, it's amazing how you would have thought maybe they didn't want to stay in the house for a little bit and hang out, make a little bit of money and save it. Now, boom, as soon as I got a job, out of here. I don't know what it tells you about me, but I thought I was, so this weekend, and of course, this weekend I'm like, oh, let's get together, right? And hang out. And like 3 of them are out of town. They're all going out of town. Like, go down, calling everybody. Oh, I'm out of town. Of course, I'm the last one to know that they are going out of town. Last one to know that they were going out of town. Right. I mean, you would have thought that would be a good idea to kind of hang out until you can. But nope, they zoomed out of here. So my daughter, one of my daughters works for Discover. This is really sad that I keep talking about nothing. Works at Discover. The credit card company, right? They are a credit card company. Yeah, she's been there for a while. Anyway, so they finally came out yesterday with a policy for staying at home and working from home. So the policy was or is that if you're director or boss, basically, they want people in twice a week. But if your director is okay with it, he will tell you to, if you want more time than that, more time than that, that's fine. So basically, they're saying that this is like it's kind of the same policy they had before. That you didn't have to always physically come into the building, and they were all complaining that it was like they haven't changed the policy. What's the big deal? This and that, blah blah blah. And I was like, well, that's not so bad. I mean, my daughter agreed with me. She's like, I don't know. These people are just like, they just got so spoiled by staying at home over the past year that now, they don't even want to go to work when when they have to. It's like, and it's like, what? At least she said the right thing. She said, I think it's crazy that they're complaining, but a lot of people are complaining and pushing back on the fact that the policy is there, and it was basically the same policy as before the pandemic. I don't know. So, but she wasn't complaining. She was happy. She likes to go into it. She likes work. I'm okay. My kids all like work. Yeah, they do have a good cash back policy. I have to tell you that much. They do a good job of trying to, it is what it's not so bad. I really don't care. I mean, most of these cards have good rewards. And that's how they keep you. Oh, did I tell you we're at our pivot? Oh, you knew that already. Well, I did think it was going to be slow today. I know, right? You did miss them. That's what I'm here to do, is remind you where we're at. And this is what I do. So I do it. I just focus in on the trade, tell you to stay focused. Don't mess this up now. Like, the trick here is to go watch paint dry or go watch the grass grow, because it keeps you out of trouble. And who would have thought that was going to ever happen? But that is happening. Well, did I mention the weather in Chicago is going to be really nice over the next few days? So that's going to be really fun, even though all my kids are going to be out of town. We're on the East Coast there, Stephen. I think all that bad weather went from Chicago that away. It just wasn't moving around here. It just was kind of hanging for a week. Hey, it's what we're here for. We'll test it out for you. Send it your way. Well, reversion of VWAP. Can you tell me what that means? VWAP, reversion to VWAP. Oh, value weighted price. Well, I think that's a good thing, actually. But if they're moving towards that, they've got a interior motive, right? These people just don't change something for but there's obviously something behind it. As far as the market is concerned, it's probably okay. I mean, I think it's all right. I mean, all I care about is opportunity to trade, personally. And I don't care if I don't care what it is. Not as much as you would think, actually. There, Stephen. Even at the beginning, it wasn't that. I mean, maybe a little bit more at the beginning, and I've never watched the show. So, yeah, maybe at the beginning, a little bit, when it first came out. Right? That I understand. Ooh. Back here at our pivot. I do like to trade. I do. I really, really do. I probably overtrade. If anybody here overtrades, it's probably me, unfortunately. But when I don't trade, that really means something. There's nothing going on. Just kind of nothing going on. Huh. So I am trying to get my third daughter married off, and she is just being a real pain in the ass. I'll tell you that much. Just told her just to go and just go to the city hall and just make it happen. It's not worth the aggravation that I'm getting right now with her. She was engaged during the pandemic, so okay, it's cool. Then we're trying to get a date and going back and forth. Cash offer. I've offered her the money. I told her. I said, "Go get. I'll give you the money." Because, I mean, so I did. I believe me, I did. She's, she wants to have it in this small restaurant. Well, small in regards to it can only take like 60 people, which, between the two families, this is a very tiny amount. Like, it's impossible, but that's what she wants. And just, I don't know. And then going back and forth, going to other places, and she wants to get married in October. So what is that? 4 months away, 3 months away. Like, this is not happening, dear. I mean, I don't know. She's just annoying me right now. Just won't make a decision. But she sent me a contract just now from this one place. I don't know if she wants me to pay or what does she want me to do. She doesn't tell me anything. She just sends me the contract from the restaurant. I'm like, okay. Oh, it's even less. It's even 54 people. Yeah. It's not like I'm. We don't have. It's so small. All right. Well, let's see what happens. October. How's that happen? Oh, we're hanging around our pivots. Somebody tell you that? No, 23 is. Sorry. I guess I got a little excited. We're 24. Okay. Who would have thought that taking unemployment off would be the right thing to do? No, but we are. Even though we're here, we are. This is great. So I'm reading through the contract. Chef appearance fee of at least $500 per chef may be added. What? I guess I have to pay for the chef being there, but that was not part of the price. The chef appearance fee. Who's gonna be making the food? They're gonna throw me behind. They're gonna throw me behind the counter. Hey, the chef's not here. Well, I'm not paying $500. Okay, you go do the food. Chef appearance fee. This is great. Unbelievable. What can I tell you? Does he have a Euro accent? I don't know. I never met the guy or a girl. I obviously don't know. I just can't believe that I have to make sure he shows up and I got to pay him for showing up. But of course, I'm paying for food, but not their food. I guess I'm making my own. I guess I just talked to my wife about this chef appearance thing. I guess that if you want him to come and talk to the people, we got to pay him to come and talk to the people. Like what? What the hell does that mean? Like who's going to make the food? This is. I mean, I'm trying to tell her. I did tell her that I'd give her cash. I did. I don't know. Well, at least she sent me this, so maybe that means something. Maybe that does mean something. A corkage fee, okay, of $33 per bottle will be applied to all bottles of wine not provided by the restaurant. $33 per bottle of wine on top of the bottle of wine cost. Okay. Not provided by the restaurant. Jeez. I guess they want you to use their wine. Where did they come up with these numbers? That's what I want to know. First of all, I hate wine, so ain't gonna be a problem for me. No to-go food is permitted. Okay. All right. This is good to know, actually. I hope you guys don't mind me talking about this because I just got it. So I can't talk about the economic numbers anymore because they're out. Scotch guy, maybe. I do like beer. I mean, when I'm on the golf course and stuff, but for a party on the rocks, Scotch. Don't bring the Big Mac into the building. That's right. They'll charge you for that. $33 cork fee. Wow. Per bottle. Elks reserves the right to deny entry to any guest who is intoxicated, disorderly, or for any other reason in the restaurant. Restaurant's reasonable discretion. It could be a problem by the end of the night. Oh my God, this contract is never ending. Oh, great. At the bottom here. Exactly, right there, Stephen. I don't want to, at the bottom there, press pay. Yeah. Press pay here. On my credit card, no. On my credit card and then press pay. This is great. This is good stuff. See, at least my daughter sent me this. Obviously, she's not pressing pay. All right. Press pay. That's great. Okay. Well, I guess she wants us to send this. I don't know. She never talked to me about this. All she do. My wife came down here. She goes, "Does that mean she wants to get married?" I don't know. She's your daughter. Okay. As you could tell, this is where we're at with this one. She's like, the other ones were handled. Had somebody to help us. This is okay. See what happens. That's something. I guess she wants me to press pay. Man. All right. The market is just kind of hanging. Man, how did we get so dead? I'm still gonna bank on the fact that Don has not made one trade yet, and that 30-second time frame for his bars. That one might be a little bit too slow too right now. All right. Yeah, I hope I keep you guys entertained a little bit. Trying to. So I'm trying. Does that mean she wants to get married? That's great. All right. Oh, did I mention we're hanging around our pivot area here? Right at 23. It's one of those days. Just one of those days. Always on play. Well, again, like I said, I wasn't really surprised. I'm not really surprised. Simply because, Friday, unemployment, summer, VIX 14. All of those things do. This is what I expect, but it is unemployment. I mean, but I think it's the fact that it's Friday and Monday everybody's off, so I think that is definitely hurting the about maybe if you come back on Tuesday, maybe we'll be busy, but it's okay. Take what we have or not and move on. That's all we can do. I guess my first order of business when I get off this very busy trading platform that I'm on today, ask my daughter if this is it. You want me to sign that? guess that would be the first order of business I should have today. But yeah, my first order of business was actually trade. How's that working out? And trying to inch its way up. I don't know. Yeah, if you're trading our pivots, you're doing okay. If you just get buying the pivot there a couple times, you're doing all right with it. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Well, I will say that I'm talked out. That's for sure. And, when I start talking about my daughter's wedding, which might or might not happen, it's pretty sad that this is where we're at today. But I am talked out. So let's hope maybe we get some movement somewhere, somehow. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? All right. But you have our levels. Thought maybe we would be a little bit busy today, but at least for our first hour or so, or half hour, or 10 minutes, it hasn't panned out that way. But, like I said, it's a holiday, so it's very, it is what it is. And, probably I would assume that, and don't assume, I hate to assume, but maybe Friday, Tuesday, when we get back, we might have some volatility. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. See what happens. Oh, we are. Did I mention we're back at our pivot? At least we picked a good pivot. That's a good thing. Get lucky sometimes. All right, Chad, you too. You have a great weekend. And I'll tell everybody now that I'll be hanging around in the background in case something happens. But hope everybody has a good weekend and enjoy the couple days time off. Well, if you're buying our pivot, it's working out okay. That's about it's about the only thing I'll say. It's kind of hanging there. You know, take what the market's going to give you if you're going to trade it. We're in a 1.5 range, so if you're expecting 2 points in a 1.5 range, not gonna happen, right? So it is what it is. What are we waiting for exactly? Volatility, movement, price action, opportunity to trade. All of that is just not happening today. At least not at this moment. Something might happen later, unfortunately. Maybe if you're around, but it's tough to get any trade going when the market's just flatlining like this. We obviously, as a trader, need volatility, movement, opportunity. And when it's flatlined like this, the opportunities are not there for us to trade. So that's what we're looking for here. But it might not happen today, as you could imagine, just because things are slow. And it's Friday on a holiday weekend, extended weekend. Monday, there's no work. So a lot of people taking off. Consequently, a little less volatility, less traders, less opportunity to make any money. What would be the plan if we get in? Well, I mean, we did buy the rotation down to the 19 area initially, or the 20 area initially. That would have been buy there. There was a logical reason for an entry point there. We would sell the 29 area above if we ever get up there, because we think there's some resistance on the downside. We have support down at 17, which I would think would be a little bit of support. So the idea is to obviously buy and sell futures. Have you traded before? I mean, So we're using our levels as opportunities to find setups. Setups are trades. So the opportunities to find those setups are given in the support and resistance areas, as well as the price action opportunities that occur. Obviously, when price action opportunities occur, we need market volatility and movement. Unfortunately, we're not getting that today, but they do usually happen. We usually like to average about, I would say, 4 or 5 trades during the course of a day. And I think over the long term, we do average about 4 or 5 trades during the course of a day. But not, obviously, today is a little bit tighter. So that's what we do here on an everyday basis. Have you traded before? Futures, I should say. Good. Yeah, options are a little bit different. I think you get more bang for your money trading futures. Obviously, when you get into options, you're buying or price, or obviously if you sell it, you are selling the premium. But this is we're taking advantage of ebbs and flows of the market when there are ebbs and flows, and looking for areas of inflection that gives us an opportunity to scalp the market. 2 to 3 points is what we're trying to get on any of these trades. So what 2 points would be $100 on one lot. So given that, that's what we're trying to do here on an everyday basis, is scalp the market using our levels, using the price action opportunities. And anything I say as far as price action opportunities or the levels that we give out is taught. We have an education course that shows you what those levels are, how to find them, and also how to trade them, and how to manage them once you get in them, because that's also a separate issue as well. So the methodology is what we are teaching. If you did manage again to buy the pivot there, the pivot area, you are getting paid off here a little bit. And obviously, it's a range. We don't like to usually trade a range, but there's a pivot, so there's a reason to buy it, and we are getting a nice rotation. You'd have your stop in there for sure, probably below 22, 21.5, somewhere like that would be your stop, and a tight stop. In this market, you don't need really big stop. like I said, we would like two or 3 points in our trades, but unfortunately, the ranges have been very, very tight, 2-point ranges. So it's, if you get a point, if you're going to trade at all, that you have to take that into consideration, that the markets are kind of very slow. All right. We are going to be here in the background in case you have our levels: 29 above, then above that 35, and then 42, and then below we have 17, 10, and 04. I don't know if anything's going to happen and if nothing's going to happen. I'm just giving you the levels that we have, and we'll see what happens from there. Whether we're going to get any business or not, it's your guess as good as mine. But patience is important, and also waiting for volatility is important, which might not happen until next week. All right. Everybody have a really great weekend, and we will, if anything happens, we'll be here. If not, then just, there's always tomorrow, or in this case, Monday, Tuesday. All right. Yes, that's what we have been doing, and for a reason, not for any, not only because it's our pivot, but there's a couple reasons there. But yeah, I've done that already a couple times. It's the only trade I've really done. Well, I did buy the 20 area down below earlier, but that was early on this morning. I thought we were going to get busy, but it wasn't the case. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're doing here. We would have bought the 23 a couple times already, and again, maybe if you sell 4.5, something like that, only because we're hardly in a 2-point range. So if we like to target 2 points, but given the fact that the market's not giving us 2 points, we got to take what it gives you.
A quick shout out and thank you for those that joined Sol's Friends and Family offer, the 4th of July offer. There's a couple slots left for it. I'm going to post it in the chat area. It's going to come out to everybody, so make sure you review it. Take a moment and sign up for it so you lock it in. It's usually $379 a month. He's got it on for $100, so it saves you $279 based on the 4th of July special. So take advantage of it. Bruce F., Calvin, Christine, Fen, Jay, John B., Paul S., Stephen S. Click on the link. It takes a couple seconds in PayPal and you're done. And I'll authorize you in the background so that you can save on a monthly basis, month in and month out. So it's $100 for this month, $100 for next month. So it wouldn't revert back to the $379. So Stephen S., let me know if you have any questions. Paul S., John B., Fen, Christine, Calvin, Bruce. This is your shot. Take advantage of it. Hey, Calvin, are you looking for, you went through today's session. Did you receive Sol's levels? And John B., that's great. Let's get you set up the next time we see you. No, they were given out in audio and then posted in the chat. I can give them out to you now, and then I'll give you a brief description about what the opportunities are based on the subscription service. And if individuals want to be taught directly by Sol in private session, he has a mentoring class that for those that are part of his friends and family, in other words, you sign up for his monthly subscription, have the opportunity to have a trading consultation and also have the opportunity to be included in his class. So we had the pivot at 43.23. So let's just talk about what these levels are. Sol has derived or put together a trading methodology called price action. He's been working on it for about 25 years. He uses it in his own trading, and he used it today or this morning in his trading as we went through the morning session together. He gives out his key proprietary scalping levels in the form of prices. Starts out with a pivot and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. As a trading advantage to himself and a trading advantage from an educational point of view for you, he gives them out to everybody in audio and gives them out to you in the chat area, and is available to post them based on a request for people that are coming in a little bit behind schedule or just popping in and are interested in seeing what the advantages are to you or that particular person as it relates to being able to develop what we call consistent profitability based on Sol's price action trading methodology, the one that he uses for his own trading and the ones that he teaches those that are part of his service. The 3 levels of service here are guest, coming in as a guest, then you quickly transition into a friends and family member. We just sent out an offer at the $100 rate, which is a special 4th of July offer. And the link that we provide is the only link that gives you that kind of a discount. And we give it out to you in chat in Zoom. So I sent it out to everybody. I'll send it out to you now again, because as people come in and out, I don't think it shows up in the chat. I want to make sure people don't miss it, or you don't miss it. That's out to everybody now in the chat area. That's the same area where they post the levels for this morning's trade. Now the question is how do you, as a individual trader on your own trading platform, have an opportunity to make money today based on Sol's price action trading methodology and his proprietary scalping levels? So there's a lot of interaction amongst the people that are part of Sol's Monthly. First, they receive Sol's proprietary scalping levels, and then so he sets his levels right around the cash open and gives them out to everybody. So they're fresh levels, and they're also, in his opinion, valid levels because they are set right around the cash open. So that's a trading advantage to you and a trading advantage to Sol in putting those levels together at that time. And then he gives them out to everybody in audio. And today he had his levels, and I'll give them back out to you. I'm just scrolling back based on what he posted this morning and what was reposted. He had 43.23 was the pivot. He had resistance at 29, 35, 42, 48, and 54. Support at 17, 10, 04, 42.99, and 91. So let's just focus on the levels for a second. There are traders out there that are utilizing Sol's levels and making money on them, and they are very happy to pay him just to receive his levels. Now let's separate Sol's levels from levels that individuals receive from their trading software. There are Sol's levels, which people pay for, and there are levels that are given to you free based on trading software and your trading platform. It's our humble opinion that the software and the trading platform gives you levels that are basically useless. And what I mean by useless is that because everybody else out there, and just visualize how many traders are out there trying to trade and make money on a daily basis, and also take note that most of those traders, because they are unschooled, undisciplined, and relying, in our humble opinion, to standardized software, that they are net trading losers. It means they don't make money trading. They may trade, but they don't make money trading. Individuals that come in here, interact with Sol during the morning session, receive Sol's proprietary scalping levels, have a unique opportunity to do what Sol does. Sol's mission every day, based on his 25 years of experience, is to make money for himself. Now, you can join him on a daily basis by subscribing to his service, joining him on a daily basis at a nominal rate. So if you get the 4th of July special today, and then work your way in with him to be able to receive his levels and then receive his commentary as the market comes into his levels. And there's the information that you're looking for based on trades and opportunities or areas where you don't do a trade because the risk is too high and the percentages are too low for you to make money at them. So being part of the service is a unique opportunity for you to fulfill your talent in your own trading business, to be able to develop what we call consistent profitability in your trading. So the first level is guest. Second level is to sign up for Sol's Monthly. And then the third level is to have the opportunity to be chosen to take Sol's course and mentoring work with him personally. But it's a stepping stone. It's not for everybody. It's for those people that are serious about their trading and are interested in developing consistent profitability in their trading. Now, you could trade on your own. You could wing it on your own. You could rely on standardized software on your own. But generally, the failure rate in trading is in the high 90 percentile when left on your own to do it on your own. So think about that for a second. If ultimately you're trying to trade and make money for yourself, you're almost doomed to failure because of the percentages. So what's different here? What's the opportunity for you here? The opportunity is for you to be taken under the wing of a 25-year seasoned trader and taught how to do it right, and then supported as you do it right to develop and enter into the realm of consistent profitability. Now, not everybody can do it. Not everybody has that kind of makeup to be able to pull this off. But if you think you do, stick around, pony up the money, join us at the nominal fee of $100 a month. If you're a new trader, we'll help you get started out and into the game. If you're an experienced trader, we'll help tweak and adjust you so that you start to look at a future in trading to your benefit. And again, I'll send out the link. Join, not join, it's completely up to you. And I'll just tell you a little secret. If I were you, I'd join. So I did repeat the levels. Did everybody get them? And those, right now it's 11:20 a.m. Eastern Time. You should be done with your trading and have banked your money for the day. And if you haven't, certainly reach out to us and we can work with you as a friends and family member. So make sure you sign up for that first. You can always ask for a repeat of the levels in chat as we go through the morning session. So it gives them out right around the cash open, which is 9:30 Eastern Time. And then we go through the morning session together. And you're certainly able to see them in the chat area as they're posted there, and then refreshed as you ask. The other thing that I think is important for you to know is that the market is dynamic. So there is no... So Sol spends time during the morning session trading and looking to make money for himself based on his proprietary scalping levels. And then he helps you do the same. He also is very conscious of the fact that the market isn't static. So he is doing a critical assessment right after the cash open to understand the dynamics of this morning's trade. And again, he teaches you that, and he helps you with that, and he helps you make it your own. So the concept here is, who is going to teach you, help you, mentor you, support you, adjust you, tweak you based on your trading, to help you get to the point where you are good at it and you can do it on your own? The answer is nobody, okay, unless you're part of this service. And that's the choice that you make. Do you want to do it on your own and suffer the fate of the 90 some odd percentile that just fail? They may fail short term, long term, in between term, but they're just not making any money at it. And do you want to be somebody that is in charge of their business and make money at it? And who's going to help you do that? And who's going to stick around as you're learning? Who's going to answer your questions? Who's going to give you a non-diluted question? And what I mean by diluted is that a lot of people, when they're trying to learn to trade on their own, have an excuse every second based on their trading because they're being pushed around by the market. This is a way to discipline your approach to the market day, have pre-mapped out levels for the day, and then as the market opens up at 9:30 Eastern Time, you're prepared for the morning, and now you're interacting around these pre-mapped out levels, and you're deciding whether it's a good level to go in at, it's not a good level to go in at, this is where I went in, this is my exit strategy, this is my defensive position based on my stop, and that is available to you here based on being taught. Hey, Chibi, welcome. Calvin, hopefully that helped you. Christine, Fen, Stephen S., It's interesting, GB, is that the market is going to do what it's going to do. And then after that fact is where the market comes back into some sort of a pattern. And then you assess how the levels are behaving after that market reaction. So right now, based on any economic release, that economic release could be before the levels are set, after the levels are set, and then it's a matter of an orderly market. Now, one of the nice things about being a disciplined trader and learning how to trade from Sol and being part of this service is that Sol is looking for a minimum trading profit on each trade of 2 points. He generally has a 2-point stop, which is pretty tight. And he's only entering or looking to go into a trade where he believes the outcome is going to be in his favor based on price movement, how his levels are behaving, and what the risk profile on that trade is. And that's what he teaches you to do. So as a participant in the service and as a student of Sol's, you have the opportunity to really focus in on consistent profitability by doing better trades. So it's really after the fact. So you should pay definitely attention to what's happening based on any economic release, any surprise that comes out. And you should also pay attention to when those economic releases are due and, what kind of an impact they may have on the market, but not get distracted of the mission. It doesn't really matter because you're not in a trade when it's released. It only matters how you behave and how the market behaves after. Market settling down, how are your levels doing? Do you have to make any adjustment and tweaks based on those levels? And then how do you approach the next trade? Generally, if you do 2, 3, 4 trades during the morning session, you should be done for the day. In other words, you should have banked your money and your trading business is now positive money versus negative money. That's the goal here. And do you, as an individual, want to participate in that? Or do you want to do it on your own? I realize that's really the key here. If you want to do it on your own, that's great. Do it on your own. Just don't lose all your money before you come back and get help. And we have the help here for you if you choose to take it. It's like a trade. You take the trade or don't take the trade. Is this better for you or worse for you? And that's what happens every day. It's not a problem. This is, and again, it's funny because this really isn't about Sol because he's trading. He's already done his trading for the day. He's finished for the day. If the weather's permitting out in Chicago, he's on the golf course. He's warming up his swing right now because he's happy. But he's also available for you to latch onto him and be happy yourself. So that's why it's 2 hours a day. I mean, think about it. If you could come to your screens, know what you're doing, understand the opportunity based on price action, receive Sol's levels in this Zoom trade along, or learn how to trade and learn how to set Sol's levels in his course and his mentoring work, you could be done today too. And the other thing I think is important for you to understand is that it's about contract size or how many contracts you do. So let's say you get good at doing one contract and develop consistent profitability based on this methodology and you're happy. Well, then if you add a contract, Sol works with you, you add a contract, and now you work on becoming consistently profitable again because of the extra risk factor. But now you have to do less trades and you're banking more money because you're adding contracts. Let's say you were able to do one trade around Sol's pivot on a daily basis. From an educational point of view, that would be great. 5 contracts, 2 points. Do the math. That's the goal. But also remember the risks involved. Trading is a very great business from a profitability point of view, but you have to be good at it or else you're going to lose. And quite frankly, most people are not good at it. And there's a lot of people out there that talk a good game, but they couldn't trade the way out of a paper bag. And we're here to help you make that change so that you can be a little taller by standing on your wallet. Hey, Julio, appreciate it. Hey, Julio, let us know if you want to hear about Sal's mentoring and his coursework. We can always set up a time to talk next week. And you have a great weekend. Hey, KP, we can talk about that privately on the telephone if you want. It's very personalized to you, based on where you are in your trading, where you'd like to be. And as a friends and family member, you get a discount, so that's great. Let me know if you want to discuss it. If you post your best telephone number, I can ring you up.